What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only, Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,200 episodes since 2014, 700,000 streams globally. None of this is possible without you guys, so thank you for the shares, the cares. It makes a huge difference. Today, we are joined by none other than extraordinaire herself. We've got Jeanine Bobenmoyer with us. She's the Chief Mom Officer at thecitymoms.org. And you may have seen her on some other places like, I don't know, the Drew Barrymore Show. Hi, Jeanine.
Hi, Ash. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us. But to start things off, Jeanine, let everyone know, how did you start the City Moms?
Yeah, so I was a new transplant to Indianapolis, Indiana, and having moved there from Detroit. And it was not a city I was very familiar with, nor did I really have any friends during that move. So just before moving, a friend of mine said, hey, you should go on and see if you can find any local mom groups that are in that Indianapolis area. It might just be a really good way for you to kind of get to know the city better. So I did, and there just wasn't quite what I was looking for. I think at the time, often a lot of mom groups were tied to churches or schools, and we weren't a part of either of those just yet. So on a whim, I just threw out onto an app at the time an opportunity to join kind of a social club. I decided to name it the City Moms, and within the first day, we had 100 women signed up to join. And it was a wonderful opportunity to just set up weekly events. We did play dates. We did mom's night out. We even did like movie nights. But just a great way to get to know some people in my city and community. And that was 13 years ago. And now the City Moms has transformed from what started in its roots as a mom's group to a national lifestyle brand. And the City Moms now, we offer to parents ways to discover some new products, travel ideas, practical tips, those things that just kind of make family life a little easier. And we connect with millions of moms every month through our lifestyle TV segments, social media, and our other digital content.
That is amazing. Well, kudos to you and everyone behind the City Moms. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Love that. And I did share with you before we started recording and everything. I am house sitting right now. I'm house sitting.
Oh, wow.
I've got a pair of twins who are 13 years old, and I've got a 5-year-old little girl who's just sprinkling with energy. So you'd imagine, it's quite the time. I love the kiddos. They're good kids. They are. They really are good kiddos. But they definitely do have different personalities and different wants and needs for snacks and things of that nature. So I wanted to go into your, I wanted to go into your City Moms bag and get some ideas for what are some cool treats that you think that kids could possibly get into and really enjoy?
Yeah, and Ash, my gosh, you have such a wide span of ages there. You've got the teenagers, you've got kind of, that early grade school, elementary school levels. And, for me, whenever we are having my kids' friends over or family and we're kind of spanning those age groups, my go-to is always a charcuterie board or a snack board of some kind. Because inevitably, it doesn't matter what those kids really like, they're always going to find something on there. And I love starting that, of course, with your typical charcuterie base, right? The cheese, the meat, the crackers. But then it's just so fun to get creative with those and start adding in some other extras. So I don't know if your house sitting guests would like that, but I definitely would recommend that as kind of my first go-to snack.
I like that, like a kid's version of the charcuterie board. You're so smart, Jeanine. I didn't even think of that. That's perfect. That is perfect. Take what you want, leave what you don't. I'm here for it.
Exactly. And it's so fun right now in summer because we're seeing strawberries are in season. We just went to our local kind of strawberry farm a couple of weeks ago, so I have frozen strawberries galore. The ones that I have left in the fridge are kind of, getting to the end of their life here. So we've been whipping up some jam. I've got all kinds of just other. So my charcuterie boards are starting with kind of those meat, cheese, cracker plate, and base. But then I'm adding in, believe me, especially for 4th of July weekend, I'm throwing in as many strawberries as I can. It's such a rich color for it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's what I wanted to get into next. I wanted to get into your bag about what are some of the things that you're preparing for this great all-American spread this weekend?
Yeah, so, I mean, we have family coming over, and I am definitely putting out my charcuterie board. One of my favorite go-tos with that, just to kind of add to it, I love putting extra dips out because dips always make such an easy snack, kind of easy to throw onto a plate. And, you know, these kind of activities, I think, and these family gatherings are those ones that you're probably not going to sit down and eat like a huge meal together. Right. You're just going to kind of spend the entire day grazing and snacking. So I have a buffalo chicken dip that is probably one of our family's favorites. It's such an easy one to snack on. Yeah. I normally start that in the crock pot. Then I'll transfer a piece of that out to one of those grazing boards that we were just talking about. And that, I feel like, constantly needs to get replenished because it is just going. Everyone loves that. So that's definitely kind of, I think, one of my major go-tos for this weekend.
Yes, that's definitely a plus. Definitely a plus.
Yes.
So how do you like pork rinds? I know that's like a trend that's been happening, and I've been dabbling myself into some of those. What brands are you really kind of going for these days?
Yeah, I love the Southern recipe pork rinds, small batch recipe. I mean, they have so many different flavors, and you know, right now next to me, actually, I grabbed these. It's the hot and spicy pork rinds. You might be able to hear my bag
I like those.
Yes. I mean, my family loves a good spice level in pretty much anything we do. So the buffalo chicken dip I was just talking about, we bump our spice up quite a bit. But then I love adding the hot and spicy pork rinds from Southern Recipe. You know, some of the fun things about pork rinds, I mean, my family background, my mom's side of the family is Mexican, and this was one of the pork rinds, one of those snacks that my family loved. My grandfather used to eat these, like, just, I mean, it was just kind of like his constant snack that he always had at the ready. So I love these. The hot and spicy coupled with that buffalo chicken dip, which also has a little spice, just adds such a great kick. But I think they're delish.
Yes, no, that's a very good idea. I love that. Well, Jeanine, it has been a pleasure having you on the show. You have to come back. You know, that's a given. Yes. I want you back because you've got you really got my brain turning for the next time I'm sitting or, you know, watching Satan's Minions, right? But the next time that you're giving me some really awesome ideas on like planning meals and planning snacks too, because like you're saying, like especially kids sometimes before, they're not really into they don't want a whole full meal. They just want to kind of graze a little bit. So the charcuterie board, that's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, well, you're the one who mentioned pork rinds. I mean, again, kind of looking at that Southern Recipe, they have so many different flavors. I feel like you could even put out a whole grazing board of just different pork rind flavors.
Oh, I mean, that's smart too.
Yeah, I love the hot honey one too, but there's so many different flavors in there. Even like this, I feel like dill pickle has had such a moment recently in pop culture.
Yes.
Yes, and they've got a spicy dill pickle pork rind too. So many things that you could go with here.
Oh my gosh, you name me all these flavors, and I'm like, I don't even think I've seen that one. I got to go ask my grocer now where it's at. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Jeanine. More blessings to you and your whole team. We appreciate you so very much. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love, your support, all of the good things. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.